Well, some adversity for the Sacramento Kings. The series now tied up at 2 apiece after the Kings' Game 4 loss in San Francisco yesterday. And then we find out this afternoon that De'Aaron Fox has suffered an injury. It happened in Game 4 on a drive to the basket. According to Anthony Slater, it looks like it might have happened on the play where he's driving, and at the end of the play, after he's fouled, Looney makes contact with his finger. Woj is reporting that Fox fractured the very tip of his left index finger, but there's still hope he will try and play Game 5 on Wednesday. He also notes that Fox would need to play with a protective covering on the finger, and he will be listed as doubtful headed into Game 5. So, Morgan Reagan, obviously not good news. It's not great.
It's not. No. Obviously, it's not great. You look at it being his left hand too, and you're like, that's his shooting hand, right? And I mean, obviously he can do so much on the floor, but that is his main shooting hand. And I look at this in him being doubtful. He's going to play.
Ooh.
I feel so very confident in saying he's going to play.
Because he's got that.
Sure.
That
you
dog in
can
him?
call it the dog in him. You can call it whatever you want. You win or go home. Obviously not this next game, but in a playoff series, you win or go home. And so you got to give it all you can. You got to do what you can out there. But how effective is he going to be with a tip of his left index finger fractured? I don't know. I think it's definitely going to alter his game a lot. But this is why you and I were talking about this, Deuce. Other guys just really need to step up.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the good news here for Sacramento is you do have a couple of days before Game 5. And there's going to be some time to get treatment, to figure some stuff out, for him to get that protective covering and maybe try it out, get used to it, and see what his limitations are. He was able to close the game last night after that. Now, here's the thing. Adrenaline.
Yeah, there we go.
That was probably pre-swelling.
Yes.
There's all these other factors that go into it, but you're right. Like, you just don't know how effective he's going to be. There could be a pain tolerance issue. I think Fox, I agree with you. I think Fox is going to try to give it a go because he's just a tough guy and he tries to play through things. I mean, he had that grade 3 ankle sprain where he's supposed to miss a ton of time, and it seemed like he was gone for 3 days.
Yeah.
You know, even earlier this year, it looked like, oh, he's going to be missing some significant time, and he's battled back from different injuries. So I think he's going to try to give it a go. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. And it's unfortunate, too, because he's been playing such great basketball. Oh. He's been one of the best players in this series.
Absolutely.
It's Fox and it's Steph Curry. What Fox is doing on this stage in his first playoffs has been unbelievable. And so I just feel bad for him, especially because the series has been awesome. It's been a great first-round series. It's not often that a series has all these storylines headed into it. NorCal rivals, right? Or wanting to be NorCal rivals. Mike Brown used to coach there.
Yeah.
The defending champs. You had a suspension. But the games are living up to the storylines and the hype surrounding it. And that's been cool. And now this takes a little bit of a hit. But if Fox is able to still kind of do his thing a little bit and be out there, push the pace, maybe he's got to play a little more off ball, it is on the other guys to step up. Davion Mitchell is probably going to have to play an even greater role. Can Kevin Huerter get going? He's 3 of 21 from 3.
That's what you need to see. And not only with that, Deuce, we keep talking about these guys along the perimeter and what we want to see from them. But this is Domas's turn to be like, all right, guys, get on my back. Let's do this. Because he hasn't had his best series, right? And we know he can play better. The Warriors have done a fantastic job on really disrupting his offensive play and his game as a whole. So now, what else can he do differently? Not only to get himself going, but really to be that guy like he was in the regular season that was getting so many others going, even if it's not off a DHO. Maybe they throw more pick and rolls at different guys. Where's that 2-man game with Malik Monk? You know, get creative because like we said, you know, De'Aaron Fox is still going to be a threat, but how much of a threat like he has been through these first couple of games, we just don't know.
And what a weird play to get injured on. After the whistle's blown,
Worse.
Looney goes up to just contest it so it doesn't go in, makes contact with Fox's finger, and that's when it got hurt. He ends up playing through it, hits a 3, I think he finished with 7 points after that went down.
Yeah.
We'll see what it looks like. And then worst case scenario, if he's not able to go, then it is very interesting for Sacramento because they don't have like another backup point guard. Matthew Dellavedova is out.
Yep.
You know, he's been working out, but he's got a hand brace on right now after his injury. Who's your backup point guard? Well, Davian's going to have to play like 47 minutes. Malik Monk's going to have to play some minutes too. Yeah, it's gonna be definitely a challenge. Either way, this was gonna be a challenge. Now Sacramento's facing some adversity. I know there's a story about Kobe Bryant playing with a fractured tip of his index finger too, and he was able to put up monster numbers for sure. So maybe Fox can fight through it and still produce at a high level. My gut tells me today, and we still don't have all the details out.
No.
This is just in a quick emergency little update pod. I just feel like he's going to do everything in his power to play. He wants this. He wants to beat the Warriors so bad.
Yeah.
He's going to do what he can. And if he can't go, he can't go. And you're just going to have to figure out as a team. But he's going to do everything in his power to go out there and play. And we'll see how effective he's going to look